Harihi, 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 Om Tatsat, Jaya Guru, Jaya Guru, Jaya Guru. Yam Shaivas Samupasate Shivaidi Brahmedi Vedantino Bauddha Buddha Idi Pramana Padavaha Karme Pramana Padavaha Karte Dimimam Saga Arhan Nityatha Jaina Shasanarata Karme Dimimam Saga Soyam vo vidadhatu vanchita phalam Trailokyanaatho Harihi Soyam vo vidadhatu vanchita phalam Trailokyanaatho Harihi Shuddho buddho vimuktaha Shruti shikhara giram mukhyatatparya bhumi Yasmad jatam samastam jagadidam amrtat vyapya sarvam stito yaha Yasyam sham shabataraihi suranaravanajairekshidam sarvametad Tam bhumanam mukundam hridigatam amalam Krishnameva prapadye Tam bhumanam mukundam hridigatam amalam Krishnameva prapadye Madhya hridaya kashe sadanandamayo Guruhu udedu satatam samyak swatmananda prabodhagaha Harihi, Harihi, Harihi Om Tatsat Jaya Guru, Jaya Guru, Jaya Guru. Before I start speaking, you have to do something. I shall also join you. We shall recite in chorus 3 times the auspicious monosyllable, Omkara. Many of you do not know that this Omkara utterance or recitation has effects on the biological body. Particularly, it enhances the longevity, health and well-being of the heart. From the pineal gland, there is a secretion that is being accelerated by this. That will add spiritual brilliance to your personality. It will also touch up and improve the coordinated function of the intelligence and the mind, the emotional mind and the rational intelligence. So far as we Indians were concerned and are concerned, we don't go into the biological effects of Omkara, but we are very conscious of the mento-intellectual effects of Omkara recitation. Every day, I would like you to recite it 12 times. Equally so, if you can prostrate fully your body touching the floor, 12 times you will find you will have no backache at all. When I said this years back in Jamshedpur, a cardiologist, Dr. Das, I didn't know. He started prostrating from the next day onwards. And he said, I have no backache problem at all, though we are given to sit. Even when your mood is off, if you can chant Omkara a few times, you will find everything will be composed, settled, and you will be poised and beaming with confidence. So these are the benefits of Omkara recitation. You will find in all our mantras and also hymns, Omkara precedes and it also concludes the whole hymn. I would like you to sit interlocking your fingers and put them on your lap. Sit comfortably erect without straining at all. Sit comfortably, erect. But don't pain yourself, thinking that I should be so erect like this. No, not necessary. Then close your eyes. Open the mouth and heart and join me. While reciting, every one of you must have a clear sankalpa, intention that our joint recitation should spread upon the whole of the earth, showering its benedictions on all the creatures, living beings thriving on our planet. This sankalpa is given only to the human of all the beings upon this earth. Harihi, Harihi, Harihi. Don't be shy, don't be reluctant. Use the full voice. Don't make it necessary for me to exhort you again after the first recitation. Well done, but it can be improved. Harihi, Harihi, Harihi Om Tatsat. Jaya Guru, Jaya Guru, Jaya Guru. Dear and blessed children of immortality, Shunvantu Sarve Amridasya Putraha. This is how our ancients used to address their listening group. Shunvantu Sarve Amridasya Putraha. We have a characteristic definition. We are mortal. But this is an absolute lie. Our body is mortal. I always say when a human is born at the time of birth, he has a twofold heredity. One is mortality by the body and immortality by the presence that animates and activates the body. But we only refer to the mortal heredity. But I am here to tell you that you have the other heredity in a greater and lasting measure. That is why they used to address people as Shrinvantu Sarve Amritasya Putraha. You are children of immortality. See, from whatever Suresh Babu told me, I understand that all of you are given to Bhagavad Gita, perhaps reciting the verses, trying to understand them, study them, etc.
May we request everyone to please switch off their mobiles or put them on silent. Okay, thanks.
And that too for a few years. There can be nothing better that you can think of as a great fortune and a rewarding pursuit in human life. So I am very happy, I am encouraged also, and I compliment all of you for what you have been doing. It is in pursuit of your Bhagavad Gita involvement, study and pursuit that you have decided to come here and spend some time with us. As I hinted, we always discuss Gita as an experiential proposition. So our discussion is generally called experiential Vedanta. It is not Vedanta, the theory or practice of it. From A to Z, from beginning to end, it is experiential. Our own life is also experiential. I don't think you ever think of it or know it. We are experiencing every moment, and we deal only with things which we experience and know. If we think of a world, it is the world we experience, and it does not require any further proof or confirmation. You open your eyes, and the eyes make you see colors and shapes. Similarly, the ear makes you hear sounds. They are created by our senses. Our body is animated because it needs animation. Our body is a product and outcome of the food we consume. All the food is material and physical, and all matter is inert, insentient. So how can the material mass, an inert mass, how can it experience or know? So it has to be animated. That animation is provided by the inner presence. That inner presence is the spiritual factor in our life. Our body consists of matter and energy. The entire world consists of the same matter and energy. So you have in your body what the entire world has. And you have something in addition, and that is the inner spiritual presence. That is what animates your body and activates your body. Without its animation, you cannot breathe. The lungs will not bellow. The body will not have and will not be able to preserve heat. This is a naked fact, but nobody thinks about it or explains about it or understands about it. That is the bane of human life. What we should know, we are negligent about, and what we need not know, we are over careful about it. So this disharmony should be set right, and Bhagavad Gita does it. How it did it for Arjuna in a very emergent situation, like the battlefield of Kurukshetra. In the same manner, Bhagavad Gita does it every time when called for. What is the genesis, relevance and applicability of Bhagavad Gita? What does Bhagavad Gita represent? You will find that most of the Bhagavad Gita readers and even propagators, they consider it to be a religio-spiritual text. Normally they will say it's a religious text, but it is not at all so. Not at all so. I have described it in the book which you will see here, Insights into Bhagavad Gita, as an administrative treasure trove. Human individuals cannot do anything like an organized war. An organized war is conducted by the government, who has got the power over the land, power over the people to make laws, rules, etc. So this war is an administrative venture. In that venture, soldiers will be there, their commanders will be there, other chiefs will be there. So it was fight between two sets of military personnel. And generally this is done as a matter of administration. Even now we hear, today I read in the paper, that America has sent a whole fleet of warships to Iran. America is able to do it as a very powerful country and resourceful government. So, war is always an administrative venture. This we should be very clear about. Now, Kurukshetra was the battlefield in which Mahabharata war was fought. And this happened in, say, about 5,159 years ago, historically. Where is Kurukshetra? In Haryana, 45 kilometers away from our capital, New Delhi. Arjuna, along with his brothers and Draupadi, their wife, they had 12 years of forest exile. This was imposed by Duryodhana, their cousin brother. After defeating them in a deceitful dice game. So they spent 12 years of forest exile. When you hear about forest exile, none of you should be afraid of. It is because of this forest exile that Pandavas were and even now remembered as great as they were. In Ramayana also you will find the major part of the 24,000 Sanskrit verses, the major part is devoted to the description of Rama's Vanavasa. If you take away the Vanavasa from Ramayana and Rama's life would not have become what it is to us today. So this Vanavasa gives a great opportunity for us to build, strengthen, intensify and magnify our inner resources. What are these inner resources? These resources are held by the mind on the one hand, intelligence on the other, and ego on the other. These three constitute our inner personality. All our education, academic education, is about the object world and the object contents of the world, including our body. Our body is an object, world is an object. In a way, mind, intelligence and ego are also objects, but we describe them as subtle, S-U-B-T-L-E, subtle objects, because subtle things alone can be within the gross body. So the inner resources are held by the inner personality. That we should understand. See, our students are taught. They are taught academically about the visible world and the visible contents. But the entire visible world is seen, experienced within the body in the supra-physical plane of mind and intelligence. So mind is the source of all experience, all knowledge. About the mind, about the intelligence, about the ego, nothing is ever taught. So we are missing the greater part of creation. Why did I say greater part? You see the external world, we call it infinite. This infinite world is experienced within the limited body. So what is within the body, you tell me, should it not be greater than what it experiences? Huh? Yes or no? Huh? So the greater dimensions are within the body, and that is totally neglected by us. How can our education or knowledge be complete and adequately resourceful? It will not be. That is why people are weak, people feel exhausted, they are assailed by doubt, delusion, fear, ignorance. That is what happened to Arjuna. 1 year of incognito life, altogether 13 years of life he had. And during all this period, Arjuna was trying to reinforce his fighting skills, getting Pashupatashtra, etc., did powerful austerity, everything he did. And he came ready to fight with ambition, aspiration. He was thinking that this Mahabharata war, when fought and won, I will be a much greater person. It is such an Arjuna that completely got unnerved in the battlefront. War cries were raised. The discharge of arrows alone was about to begin. At that point of time, Arjuna asked Krishna. For what reason we don't know. But he says, Krishna, drive my chariot, afront, and station it in such a position that I shall be able to examine both armies and decide upon my strategy to fight, he said. Krishna smiled as usual. Why he smiled? I have been a close associate of Arjuna for a long time. He suffers from inner hollowness. He has the power of weapons, power of a powerful body also. But he is hollow in his mind. He is equally hollow in his intelligence. Neither the mind nor the intelligence will become fully resourceful unless the inner resources are tapped properly. My dear friend doesn't know about it. During the long association he had with me, he never asked me, Krishna, tell me something about what is within me. He had learned the Vedas and they make a reference to the soul. And they describe the soul as infinitely resourceful, powerful. Having had all these peeps, all these suggestions, Arjuna failed to inquire about what is within the body. Somehow I want to fill his hollowness, but there was no opportunity unless there is seeking. How can I feed him? Now I have got an opportunity. He has given me a tall order as the master of the chariot. I am the charioteer. Drive the horses. Stop them so that I can examine the armies. So Krishna drove the chariot very gallantly and took them, stopped right in front of Bhishma, his grandfather, and Drona, his teacher. They were the commanders of the enemy camp. And Krishna said, Uvaja partha pashyaitan samavedan kurunidhi. You wanted to see. Bhishma Drona Pramukata. He stopped the chariot right in front of Bhishma and Drona. That Arjuna had not expected. One is his grandfather, who had put him on his lap and given morsels of food when he was a child. And the grandfather is out to bless him, give him all the love and affection he wanted. So such a loving and benedictory grandfather, how could he fight? The other is the teacher from whom he has learned, he has imbibed all the fighting skills. And these skills are to be employed against the teacher. Which disciple will have the enough inner mastery, inner resourcefulness to engage in such a war? So he examined both the armies. On both the armies he found his own relatives, friends, well-wishers, etc. So seeing all of them, he said, I am lost. My body is trembling, mind is whirling like a whirlwind. The intelligence is saying, do not fight, this is a sinful war, you will go to hell. The Gandiva slipped from his hand. So the material acquisition failed him, the senses and the body failed, mind failed, and intelligence failed. Tell me what is there left in a man, in a human. I am going to abandon the war and retreat. No matter whether I have to beg for my livelihood, I will become an ascetic. This is what Arjuna said. Can you imagine? War cries had been raised, and all the soldiers were wanting to discharge arrows. They were twanging the bow. In such a situation, this happened. Because of him as well as Krishna, the entire armies, they saw something is going on. So they controlled their emotions and readiness and somehow managed. What is this dialogue? Let it be over. In such a situation, this has happened. Any time the discharge of arrows could begin. Imagine the critical nature of the situation. Tell me, on such an occasion, is there any place for worship, God, worship, etc.? Tapasya he had already done for 12, 13 years. Now it is a time for fighting. And in the fighting front, where is the question of religion? Where is the question of worship? And in fact, what happened? Krishna completed the dialogue in about 2 to 2.5 hours. He asked Arjuna, did you hear me well? Could you understand? Is your composure restored? Is your stability regained? He said, I have understood you, I have heard you well. I had raised questions whenever necessary, you answered them. So I am well composed. My stability is also regained. I will take back my bow and arrow which I had abandoned, and will fight not one Mahabharata war, but a score of them if necessary, he said. It's all over in 2.5 hours. Now you tell me, how can this Bhagavad Gita be a religious gospel? It is a Karma-shastra. It is a gospel, you can call it that. But it is a gospel exhorting people to act, not to retreat. Whatever problems you encounter during the course of your activity and interaction, resolve them right during the course of your interaction in life. Never retreat from life. Seek a solitude. Problems are here, solutions also are here. Mind creates the problems and intelligence resolves them. We have not alone the mind, emotional mind, but we have a rational intelligence. And all of them are backed by an infinitely resourceful soul. What is that soul? The I that you are referring to. Everything is experiential. What we mean by the soul is the I. What you denote by the term I, that is the self, and that itself is called religiously God, and that itself is termed philosophically as the supreme or ultimate reality. The Atma, Bhagavan, Ishvara, and Brahman, the supreme reality, are the same. There is no difference. What more do you want? You have a matter energy body, and you have something superior, the inner spiritual presence, and you also have the I. So we are fuller than the world. You have enough of inner fullness and abundance and resourcefulness. The question is whether you recognize them. Are you able to explore and find them out properly? This is the important question. Arjuna was totally unnerved. Who are with him? Horses are there, 4 horses. Poor horses could have witnessed it, but they could not say anything. And where are the brothers? Where is his wife Draupadi? Everybody is far away. So Arjuna could find none. So he fondly looked to Krishna for helping him. So he submitted before Krishna whatever he wanted to say. So Krishna heard it, smiled. What Krishna did was, what will you do when there is a crisis, problem and suffering? Immediately you will go and pat. Or bring a glass of water. Or bring a fan and fan. This is what we do. Mind you, this is battlefront. And both of them are on the chariot. So he admonished Arjuna. Admonished. Kutastva kashmalamidam vishame samupastidam anarija justam asvargyam agirti karam Arjuna klaibyam asma gamaf partha naidatvayi upapadyade kshudram hridaya daurbalyam tyakto tishta parandava. Arjuna, I am your friend. As a friend, I am a party to whatever you are going to do, you have done. I am the charioteer. Only when I drive my horses and move your chariot, you can fight. So in every arrow that you discharge, I also have a mute role. But let me tell you, this is a battlefront. Everyone has come here with an individual resolution to fight and kill the enemies or get killed by them. Nobody wants to return from the war front defeated. Either they will fall dead or they will walk with victory. And this is the individual resolution of all the 4.5 million warriors who were there. Such a huge army the world has never seen assembled in a place. 45 lakhs, 4.5 million soldiers. Standing in a battlefield with your bow and arrow, now you have abandoned it. What is it that you are speaking about sympathy? Sympathy for whom? This does not behove you. Where from did you capture this? Kudastva kashmalamidam. I want to tell you, this is the weakness of your mind. This is imbecility. This is sheer immaturity. Distorted mind you have. This kind of a weakness you should not undergo. Nobody will esteem it. It will not lead you to heaven. Nothing will happen. Everybody will blame you, blame you, blame you. Having come to the battlefield with additional resources gained by your powerful austerity, how dare you say, I am going to retreat? This is a battlefront, my dear Arjuna. It is for you to fight. No alternative is there. When Krishna spoke to him so harshly and decisively, Arjuna had to heed. So he said, my dear Krishna, I have dropped all my sympathy. But I have some questions with me. What are the questions? You have stationed the chariot right in front of my grandfather and teacher. My grandfather only loves me and blesses me. The teacher always graces me. There is no enmity between us. I also don't have, they also don't have. So can there be fighting against friends? Is it possible? I agree that I have to fight. But how can I muster the courage and the resolve to? My emotional mind doesn't allow it. My rational intelligence also doesn't allow it. I feel I should abandon the war rather than killing these people. And even if we regain the kingdom, that kingdom will be stained by the blood of all these people. He has spoken far more. I am not going into details. At the same time, you say that my attitude is not right. It is demeaning. So I agree. So I accept. Karpanya dosho pahtas swabhavaha pruchami tvam dharma sammuta chedaha yat shreyasyan nishitam bruhitan me shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prabannam. I agree that I suffer from narrow-mindedness. I am not able to see things in their clear perspective. As a result of which, I am imbalanced perhaps. I am disharmonious. So the dosha called karpanya. Karpanya means miserliness and narrow-mindedness. I really don't know what I should do. The right course is for me to fight or to retreat. I am not clear. So I am asking you for a clear instruction about the matter. Yat shreyasyan nishitam bruhitan me. By adopting which course I shall have Shreyas. That is actually our spiritual word. It means felicity. Felicity. How can I attain Shreyas? See, standing or sitting in the battlefield, in the chariot, on the battlefield, Arjuna is making an enquiry for Shreyas. So the Shreyas can be sought by anybody, anywhere. Don't say we are householders, so we cannot seek Shreyas. We can only seek prosperity. No. Anybody can seek it from anywhere, in any situation. And you can attain it also. For attaining it, all that you need is a body, then a mind, intelligence and ego. That's all. Nothing else. We don't need any external resources at all to attain or to achieve Shreyas. Shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prabannam. I was your brother-in-law and I was a fighter. Now I disclaim all that, all that. Shishyasteham. I am your humble disciple, a seeker in front. You are my teacher. Assuming the position of the teacher, treating me as a disciple, please instruct me. This is what Arjuna said. I would like you to imagine the whole situation. 13 years he performed austerity. 14th year he came to the battlefield with a lot of hope, confidence and expectation. Suddenly the picture changed. Then he took a stand, I am going to retreat, not fight. Then Krishna admonished him. He understood his hollowness, imperfection. But he could not resolve the crisis. So he disclaims everything else and surrenders before Krishna, the charioteer, saying, this is what I want. He did not seek for fighting skill or mere courage. He wanted to have Shreyas. It is the spiritual goal of life. It is an attainment where you feel, I am inwardly full and abundant. From everything I expect only contentment, joy and fulfillment. This fulfillment is flowing in my heart. I am overwhelmed. This is called Shreyas. So this Shreyas is what he wanted. Now you tell me whether this Bhagavad Gita can be a religious text at all. After the Bhagavad Gita initially transpired in the form of a dialogue in the battlefield. It may not have been it would not have been a poetic conversation, a normal conversation. Vyasadeva rendered it in poetry as part of his Mahabharata. Mahabharata is very huge. 1,25,000 Sanskrit verses are there, out of which Gita is only 700 verses. Out of 1,25,000, can you imagine this is only 700 verses? So after Vedavyasa or Vyasadeva recorded it beautifully, documented it, people started reading, understanding, discussing, evaluating. Because of the content, message and merit, the spiritual magnificence Bhagavad Gita had, they elevated it to the level of Upanishads. And they put it on an equal footing with Brahma Sutras and Upanishads. Upanishads are the Shrutis, scriptural compositions. Brahma Sutra is the rational treatise. And Bhagavad Gita is just like our constitution, Mahabharata, part of it. One is called Shruti, Bhagavad Gita is called Smriti, and Brahma Sutras are called Yukti. Am I clear? Huh? These three together go by the name Prasthanatrayam. Traya means three. Prasthana means what? It is actually a voyage. You know, Pandavas themselves undertook the Mahaprasthana and climbed the Himalayas. So it was a great voyage. Here, what is this voyage? Knowledge voyage. It is a voyage of knowledge. It is actually a conversation between the enlightened intelligence of Krishna and the deluded mind of Arjuna. Always this knowledge voyage takes place within the body of a person. Am I clear? Huh? The other pilgrimage is by your foot, by your feet. Maybe you use vehicles. But it is a pilgrimage, it is a voyage done by your body. But here, within the body, the intelligence takes up this voyage. And it conducts the voyage until the goal is fulfilled. So when it drops all its delusion, constriction, etc., ultimately it reaches a state of enlightenment and consequent fullness, abundance and ecstasy, the voyage is completed. This is called Prasthanatrayam. Upanishads are discussing it, exposing it. Bhagavad Gita, in an applied manner, as a Karma-shastra, it exposes it. And as a Yukti Grantha, Brahma Sutras expose it. So this is the place and importance that we have given to this text. The one point that I want you to understand here is that Krishna only spoke. Krishna only spoke. Arjuna only heard. I think you should think about it. It was an exposition from Krishna and a reception from Arjuna. When you hear a talk or a dialogue, there will be a lot of perhaps curiosity, anxiety, etc. But as you hear it, you absorb it. As you absorb it, you assimilate it. I will always say, imagine a tub full of water. Full means 1 inch or a few inches below the edge. Start dropping one drop after the other milk. 1, 2, 3. With every drop of milk you will find the water changes its color. And after some time there will be no water, it will all be milk. This is the way you assimilate a dialogue. When you assimilate it, the inner transformation also correspondingly takes place. Most of you are not listening to it. See, you are taking notes. You are all happy that you take notes. But this Swamiji is not at all happy. Because your attention is more for writing and less for hearing. Only up to the eardrum it is sound. But beyond the eardrum, it is knowledge. And this is to be absorbed by your mind and intelligence. Absorbed. I will distribute some notes for you, don't worry. See, you absorb. And as you absorb, you will find the resultant effects will be in the emotional mind and the rational intelligence. So Arjuna absorbed and assimilated, absorbed and assimilated. The moment you assimilate something, it becomes enrichment. If it becomes enrichment, it stays with you. It will never go. I always say, I have never found any difficulty in cultivating spiritual qualities. I only read or hear about them once. Oh, this is a quality? What is meant by a quality? Something that enriches your life, empowers your life, elevates and expands your life. If it is so beautiful and so necessary, what prevents you from absorbing it? Huh? If a good girl is given gold ornament, what will she do? She will wear it. Similarly, you wear the quality. Why should it take time? It is a quality that is going to qualitatively enrich you. It is sufficient. Nothing more is necessary. If you are knowledge sensitive, nothing more is necessary. So this is the way Arjuna heard. See, where from does Gita begin? It begins from the 11th verse of the 2nd chapter. What did he say? Ashocyan anvashojastvam prajna vadamscha bhashase gatasun agatasumscha nanushojanti panditaha. The first critical statement and evaluation Krishna made was this. Arjuna, what are you doing? You are grieving over Bhishma and Drona. Look at their faces. Are they grieving? Huh? They are very poised. They stand before you saying that, fight us, then only you can penetrate. Why are you crying and weeping? You could have gone and fallen at their feet and say, I am unnerved, but you are not. What is the treasure which makes you remain poised? Instead of asking them, you are saying, they have no worry, they have no anxiety, but you are all worried and you are anxious. Ashocyan anvashochastva. At the same time, you give me a big sermon as to what all consequences will follow if this war is fought. Narage aniyatam vaso bhavaditi anushushuma. If this war is fought and all the relatives are killed, we will have indefinite long life in hell. That means including Krishna, they will be in hell. This is what Arjuna said. So you speak like a scholar, a pandita, but you behave like a fool. Gatasoon agatasumsha nanushochanti panditaha. Enlightened people will not grieve over either the living or the dead. Who are the dead people? Dead people are those from whose bodies life forces have departed. Gatasoon. And the living people are those from whose bodies life forces are not departed. That means what? They are waiting to depart. Is it not? What is our condition? In our bodies, life forces have not departed. But every day that we live, is it towards birth or towards death? We celebrate our birthday, but I tell you, we are not celebrating the birthday, but death approaching day. Birth distancing day. Every year you are distanced from birth. That means you are nearing death. This nobody knows. What is this? In our body, the life forces are still present, and every day, what are they trying to prepare? To depart, to depart, to depart. So are you following me? So if bodies from whom the life forces have departed, seeing them you cry, should you not equally cry seeing the living bodies? Arey, from them also the life forces will depart. Can your tears be stopped only with the dead? Should it not be extended to the living also? Because every day of our life we are preparing ourselves to die. Gatasoon agatasumsha nanushojanti panditaha. See how caustically he speaks, how rationally he speaks, how pointedly, poignantly he speaks. Gatasoon agatasumsha nanushojanti panditaha. Wow. The enlightened people look at both alike. There is no difference. Arjuna wondered, what is this? What is the vision of the enlightened which makes them unmoved about the bodies from which life forces have departed and the bodies in which they are still vibrant? So there is some kind of an elevated equal vision. What is that? So he was wondering. So Krishna answered it beautifully. All of you should remember this verse. Natvevaham jadunasam natvam neme janadhipa nachaiva na bhavishyama sarve vayamatah param. If you are Gita students or scholars, your focus should be only on this. Forget all else. Natvevaham jadunasam. Arjuna, there was no time when I was not. You perhaps think that I am born of Devaki and bred by Yashoda. Devaki gave birth to only my body, and Yashoda reared my body. My body alone was born. I am not born. Body is mine, in which I live, which I animate. I am an inhabitant of the body. I am not the body. You have a house. Are you the house? You wear dress. Are you the dress? You ride in a car. Are you the car? So you are living in a body. How can this body be you? You are the resident, the indweller. You can dwell in a body only when the body is different. Otherwise, how can you live in it? So it is very simple discrimination. There was no time when I was not. The I you are referring to is such that there was no time when it was not. It is not applicable only to me. It is applicable to you. It is applicable to Bhishma, Drona and all the rest as well. Natvam neme janadhipaha natvevaham jadunasam. Similarly, najaiva na bhavishyamaha. There will not be a time when we shall cease to be. If you are now, you were earlier. If you were earlier and you are now, will you not be again? Huh? What? Why are you keeping quiet? See, you have come and you are sitting on these chairs on the floor. If you are not earlier, could you come and sit here? Huh? So if you are living now, should you not be living earlier also? And having been and being now, can you not be later? Existence only knows to exist. Existence will never become non-existence. And non-existence can never become existence also. Existence means existence, existingness. Natveva aham jatunasam. There was no time when I was not. So I am ever present, ever present, ever present. Stop all your thoughts about pre-birth and post-birth. Birth itself is not there. And what is our experience? Can you tell me? Do you have your experience of your own birth? Huh? Did we ever seek it? Do you ever know it? When the child grows to 2 years, the mother says, look, you are my child. I am your mother. This is your father. It is borrowed information. Is there anybody who will say, I died and I am here? Have you ever seen anybody admitting his death? We see others die. We have never died. We will never die. And we were never born. You believe in experience. Tell me whether your birth is your experience. And is death going to be your experience? And you are a fool to worry about both. Something which you don't experience, you are worried. I was born, my anniversary, Are you not ashamed to say anniversary? Chat. See how foolish people are. Absolutely ignorant, deluded. Everything is direct experience. Is birth your experience? Even the children that the couples have, they don't know that it is their child. It is an inference. How does the husband know this is my child? Maybe you examine medically and all that, and then infer that this is my child. DNA, etc. Is it a matter of experience, I am asking you? Why don't you openly admit it? The husband doesn't know this is my child. Even the wife doesn't know this is my husband's child. Let us not speak of other things. There are instances where in the hospital children are changed. Haven't you heard? How does it happen? If there has been no such change, thank God. Let us trust. So the categorical statement Krishna makes is, I was not born, there was no time when I was not, you were not, Bhishma, Drona and the rest were not. And there is not going to be a time when we shall not be. As we are, we were and we shall be. Will you absorb the statement and drop all ideas of birth and death? Swamiji we will not be propless. No. This will initiate a new line of thinking, a course of enlightenment for you. And exactly like Arjuna and Krishna, you will also be able to understand and behave. Then he says, Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi dhiras tatra namuhyati. See, the body is born, it grows, it transforms. Babyhood, childhood, adolescence, youth, old age, all these are transformations. Ultimately, dehantara prapti. Never consider death to be extinction. Extinction. Death does not mean any extinction. It is only a transformation. The other transformations are within the body. This transformation is leaving the body. You will find there are many features in the world, constituting the world. Birth is one, death is another. If all the born people are not going to die, you know how many people are born in this world? Upon our earth. 10,000 crores of people have been born on our earth. And 700 crores are living now. If all these people were not dying, continued to live, can you imagine the situation? I think there will be no place for ants to crawl. No food, nothing. So, birth is an order of the world, death also is an order. But sometimes untimely deaths take place. It is just like any other expressions of nature. Cloudburst occurs, earthquake occurs, cyclones are occurring. These are all some balancing measures. So death is balancing, birth also is balancing. Let us have a comprehensive vision, not a myopic vision. So Arjuna said, I will never raise the question of death at all. I will never raise the question of death. But what about the problem of life? Okay, I will not speak about birth. I will not be concerned about death also. But what about life? Then Krishna gives a beautiful definition of human life. In my meanderings, there were occasions for me to ask people, can you give me a definition of your life? The answer has always been, I have never thought about it. So you have various definitions for life. Medical definition, anthropological definition, biological definition, and so many other definitions are there. Krishna gives an experiential definition of life. What is that? Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhadaha agama payino anityaha tan tidikshasva bharata. I think, try to give me a little water. Matra sparshastu kaunteya Shitoshna Sukhadukhadaha Agamapayino Anityaha Tan Tidikshasva Bharata. If I chant it for you, will you recite? Huh? Matra Sparshastu Kaunteya
Matra Sparshastu Kaunteya
Shitoshna Sukhadukhadaha
Shitoshna Sukha Dukkadaha
Agamapayino Nityaha
Agamapayino Nityaha
Tan Tidikshasva Bharata.
Tan Stitikshasva Bharata.
You chant yourself, let me see.
Matra Sparshastu Kaunteya Shitoshna Sukha Dukkadaha Agamapayino Nityaha Tan Stitikshasva Bharata.
Most of you are chanting. I am very happy. Chant once again.
Matra Sparshastu Kaunteya Shitoshna Sukha Dukkadaha Agamapayino Nityaha Tan Stitikshasva Bharata.
Matra Sparshastu Kaunteya. 4 letters. Matra Sparshaha. This is the definition of life. The word matra means to measure. By which you measure, it is called a matra. Sparsha means contact. By matra we mean the senses. You are measuring, cognizing, recognizing. By which do you recognize? By the senses. The eyes recognize colors and shapes. Ears recognize sounds, nose smell, tongue taste and skin touch. So these are the senses. All of them are fixed on your body. In fact, our body is only to host the senses. And this body needs nourishment. Therefore we eat. Otherwise we don't have to eat. It is only to nourish the body so that it can host the senses. And these senses are what apprehend the objects of the world. So what is life? Life is an incessant contact between the senses and the objects. Right from the time you wake up in life till you go to sleep, all that takes place in you is an interaction between the senses on your body and the objects surrounding them. This is life. Even if you have only one sensory organ, you will still have the interaction with the world. Because we have 5 senses, the entire world, it may appear to be infinitely various, infinitely distanced. But when you experience the world, it is reduced into 5. A reality nobody understands, nobody cares for. Our senses reduce the world 5-fold. We don't have a sensation other than sight, sound, smell, taste and touch. But the world consists of ample variety. Are they able to produce varietal experiences? Huh? So who determines the world? Does the world say I am? Huh? Our senses make the world. And when do they make the world? Only when you wake up. Every day the senses make the world for 16 hours and our sleep wipes away the whole world for 8 hours. So the emergence and subsidence of the world, do they depend upon anything else or on your own body and senses? Boliye na. Are you conscious of it? Does the world make us or we make the world? When are you going to understand it? So should you be a master of the world or a slave of the world? So Gita makes you a master of the world. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkadaha. Whenever there is a contact between the senses on your body and the objects surrounding them, irresistibly, inescapably, unpreventably, what happens? Shitoshna sukha dukkadaha. They produce sukha dukkhas in your mind, like Shita and Ushna in the bodily level. Heat and cold are generated by the body. But sukha dukkhas are generated by the mind. Sukha dukkhas are resulting from the contact between the senses and the objects. So the moment you wake up, interactions start. The moment you sleep, they stop. So what is this world? An outcome and consequence of your wakefulness. You can make the world, you can wipe off the world. That is why Gita says, Avyaktat vyaktayas sarvaha prabhavandyaha ragame ratriagame praliyande tatra iva vyakta samjnage. From the indistinctness, the distinction called the world arises. When you wake up and when you go to sleep, all of them recede into the same indistinctness. What do you say, Baba? This is Bhagavad Gita. This is Bhagavad Gita. Up to the sensory level, it is all five. Shabda, Sparsha, Rasa, Rupa, Gandha. But when they trickle down to the mind level, it becomes Sukha Dukkhas. When they further trickle down in sleep, nothing. So the emergence of the world and the subsidence of the world take place where? You yourself tell me. In the same manner, do we emerge in the world and do we subside in the world? The world emerges. I am seeing a tree. The tree doesn't come to me. I don't go to the tree. But with the help of the eye, the mind takes a pradicchaya. An image of the tree is formed in the mind. In the whole process, is there any interaction between the two? Tree doesn't come here, I don't go to the tree, but I perceive. The perceiving process, where is it? In the mind. Who is the perceiver? And what is the perception? Are all these within my body or outside my body? All experiences are internal, inward. So the tree perception also is inner. Our eyes do not say, I see. The perceiver is the mind. Perceiving is by the mind. Perception, the outcome is also mind. So the seer, the seeing and the seen, are the three different from one another or are they the same? Boliye na. And what are we doing? We have intelligence, we have mind, we have ample experience. In spite of all these things, we are behaving like ducks. That is our problem. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhadaha agamapayino anityaha tan titikshasva bharata. Understand that these interactional outcomes called sukha dukkhadaha, sukha and dukkha, they will come and go. They come only to go and they go only to come. And what do? You neither go nor come. Is it clear? Huh? Tell them, you are coming only to go and you are going only to come. Okay, I allow you to come and go and I remain stable, supporting you. Why should you be moved by sukha dukkhas? They arise and subside in you, in the mind level. And when you go to sleep, nothing is there. And when you wake up, this wakefulness, what is the source of wakefulness? Sleep. It is the sleeper who becomes wakeful. Is there anybody in this world who has woken up except from sleep? And is there anybody in this world who is wakeful except to sleep? Huh? We are wakeful only to sleep. And we are sleeping only to be wakeful. This world is an outcome of our wakefulness. So what is the source of the world? Wakefulness. And what is the source of wakefulness? Your sleep, the eye. The equation is entirely reversed. This is all a discussion that took place in the war front. You should understand. Arjuna did not go with a special bath and with a special traditional dress and all that. It all took place. Arjuna was sitting in the chariot and Krishna was standing holding the reins of the horses. They come and go, therefore they are perishable, anityas, tan tidikshasva bharata. Know that you have to forbear them. This forbearance is by the mind, not by the body. It is not exercising and lifting. It is not that. Tolerance is of the mind. It comes from knowledge. It comes from knowledge. Interactional is the nature of life, and these are interactional outcomes. They come only to go. They will not remain. Whereas I remain, enabling them to come and go. The word tidiksha, it means tolerance and forbearance. It is not physical and sensory forbearance. It is mental forbearance. Yam hinam yathayan yede purusham purusharshabha samadukha sukham dhiram somrtatvaya kalpade. He has described life. Now he is telling you who has won over this life. Yam hinam yathayan yede purusham purusharshabha samadukha sukham dhiram somrtatvaya kalpade. Actually, Gita is finished. Everything is over by this. Yam hinam vyathayan yede
Yam hinam vyathayantyete
purusham purusharshabha samadukha sukham dhiram somrtatvaya kalpade. If matrasparshaha are productive of sukha dukkhas, and these sukha dukkhas are anitya, transitory, they come and go, what are you supposed to do? You should not be shaken unduly by the incidents of sukha and dukkha. Yam hinam vyathayandyade purusham purusharshabha. You are a valorous person, Arjuna. This valor should be applicable to your mind also. So do not be shaken, upset, agitated, afflicted, disturbed, unnerved, overpowered by sukha dukkhas. How can you reach such a state? Sama dukkha sukham dhiram. Sama dukkha sukham dhiram. Say that. Sukha and dukkha alike come and go. Either it is sukha or it is dukkha. Dukkha follows sukha. Sukha follows dukkha. Neither can sukha linger nor can dukkha linger. It is just like day and night. What is sukha? The lowest degree of dukkha. And what is dukkha? The lowest degree of sukha. So are there two? Only one. Huh? Boliye na. Can you have sukha except after having dukkha? See, sukha has to follow dukkha. So if you want to have sukha, should you not have had dukkha first? Huh? Without dukkha, can you have sukha? And without sukha, can you have dukkha? So if you have one sukha, before and after that, two dukkhas will be there. And if you have one dukkha, before and after you will have two sukhas. Tell me which is better now? Are we not fools? Just like senses contact the objects and create sukha dukkhas, what do you have to do there? Nothing. They will simply be coming. Is there anybody who strives for dukkha? No. But still don't you have it? Similarly, you will have sukha also. Because if you have dukkha now, it means I had dukkha earlier and I will again have dukkha. Similarly, if I have dukkha now, it means I had sukha and will have. So what is the problem? And all the objects in this world together create only sukha dukkhas. So what is the value of the world? So you may have 10 houses or one house, but still the plight of sukha dukkhas, will they ever change? Will it ever change? Huh? So this knowledge, will it not make you easy, comfortable and happy? Huh? Yes or no? This is Bhagavad Gita. Sama dukkha sukham dhiram. What do you have to do? Sukha dukkha's coming and going, coming and going. Do not allow your mind to swing in favor of sukha and in disfavor of dukkha. This is all what you have to do. And for this practice, what do you need? You need the waters of sukha dukkha so that you can learn swimming in them. So are sukha dukkhas necessary or not? So that you can practice your samatva, equalness. This equalness will not be possible without sukha dukkhas. So sukha dukkhas constantly help you, train you, persuade you, compel you, insist upon you. Arey, we are coming, be equal, be equal, be equal. I think within 10 days you will start becoming equal towards them. Yes or no? See? Reluctant. How insincere are you? See, they are repeatedly coming. So you get a repeated opportunity to look at them alike. So where is the problem? It is just like wearing dress. Sukha dukkha, samadukha sukham dhiram somrtatvaya kalpade. This samatva buddhi yoga is the only practice that Bhagavad Gita asks you to do. Samatva buddhi yoga. What becomes sama here? The intelligence. What experiences sukha dukkhas? The mind. So you should harness your intelligence, analyze the sukha dukkhas as an inevitable resultant of sense-object interaction, which is life, and these sukha dukkhas analyzing them and understanding them to be impermanent, ever fleeting, that knowledge will give you the strength, will give you the insight, will give you the moderation, will give you the indifference, will give you the equalness and evenness of your mind. This is why I say spirituality is a mento-intellectual pursuit. Nothing else is there. What have I done? I have read the shlokas of Gita. And what did they explain? The message of the shlokas. I am only using my mind and intelligence. To speak, I use the tongue, that's all. But the tongue cannot create words all by itself. Samadukha sukham dhiram somridatvaya kalpade. That person is fit for amridatva, immortality. So where is immortality? In samadukha sukhatva. I am happy looking at all of you youngsters. You must be very fortunate. You have come all the way here. But will you value your enrichment? I have doubt. Yamhina vyathayandyave. These sukha-dukhas should never create a sense of affliction or torment in you. I always tell people, is there anybody who has elevated his life by smiles and laughters? Why are you keeping quiet? The strength of the mind is sahana. It is forbearance. What will you forbear? Things which you don't like. So unless we are able to process ourselves through dukkha, your mind will never be enriched, empowered, expanded and elevated. So I am asking you, will you hereafter be ever afraid of dukkha? Neither prefer sukha nor abhor dukkha. They are one after the other coming and going. I don't have to struggle or strive for it. Let them come and let them go and please themselves. I am quite happy they come and go and I allow them to come and go. Every time you tell them, don't be disappointed, I am not going to be absent, I am present here for you to come and go. Can we not have this enlightened outlook? Huh? Yes. And about the senses, mind you, the senses make the world. The senses are the author of the world. The senses are superior to the objects. Superior to the senses is the mind. Still superior to the mind is the intelligence. Still superior is the I. So what are you containing in your body? Everything superior to the world. And you are begging. What can this world give us? Nothing. I am what I am. I am what I was. I shall be what I am now. My dear world, you cannot add a plus to me. You cannot inflict a minus on me. You remain as you are, I remain as I am. We are friends. That's all. This kind of an enlightened outlook, will you not be able to understand and imbibe? Huh? When are you going to say this? No answer. Huh? From this moment or after 20 years? Say that. When are you going to say this? Right now. Huh? You are receiving knowledge, you are getting knowledge, immediately possess it, make it your own and be guided by it. What is human life for? Is it to eat and sleep? knowledge is the greatest persuasion and resources for a human. We say science and technology. Are they not a result of knowledge? Huh? Knowledge, it is that intelligence that creates, generates and deals with knowledge. That is the greatest creation of nature. And we are having it. None else, no other creature has it so much as we have. We shall stop. Shall I stop? Oh, you told me something about questions and answers. That I can spend a little time for that. Huh? Oh, acha. Okay, so we shall find some other time. So shall I conclude? संवेद्यवर्जितमनुत्तममेघमाद्यं संवित्पदं विकलनं कलयन्महात्मन् हृद्येव तिष्ठ कलनारहितक्रियां तु कुर्वन् अगर्तृपदमेत्य शमोदितश्रीः कुर्वन् अगर्तृपदमेत्य शमोदितश्रीः Harihi, Harihi, Harihi Om Tats Jaya Guru. We shall have a concluding Omkara. Take your pose for it once. Harihi Om Tats Jaya Guru, Jaya Guru, Jaya Guru.